Jersey.
Family and friends, my name is Caroline Hamilton Smith and I am authorised to solemnise marriages under the law in Australia. We are gathered here today to witness the marriage of Daniel and Kasey. On their behalf, I would like to welcome you all here to share in this celebration with them. It is their wish that today, the day of their marriage, that they should be surrounded by their family and closest friends. And they're both very happy that you're all able to be with them today. We come now to part of the ceremony in which the bride is presented in marriage. This is an ancient custom, but these days we can regard it as a time when the families and friends of the bride and groom can show their contentment with the marriage. And as you're all here today, we may take it that this is token enough. And so I would like to ask Jamie, Kasey's brother, to speak on behalf of all present. Do you, Jamie, present Kasey to be married to Daniel?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. If you'd like to join the guys. In their relationship, Kasey and Daniel have reached the conviction that they are made for each other. They see this commitment as a serious occasion, and they approach it with a sense of reverence, but also with a great deal of joy and happiness. Real love between two people is perhaps the highest experience that is possible to humankind. Such love reduces selfishness, deepens personalities, but above all gives life new purpose and meaning. For they are sure today, as they were on the day that they fell in love, that they are lifetime partners. Daniel and Kasey wish to make a lasting commitment based on respect, trust and tenderness, which will enable them to grow and find fulfillment within their marriage in a way which would not be possible outside it. What they are undertaking is a lifelong commitment to each other. Both realise what that commitment means, the compromises and sacrifices that are necessary to make it work. At times it may not be easy. For a marriage to survive and grow takes perseverance and the need for consideration of each other. The development of such a relationship calls for tolerance, patience and courage, for true respect for each other's individuality, for the willingness to think problems through together on an equal footing. Daniel and Kasey, keep open your hearts, be true to your souls. Remember that the greatest gift of all is love, given and received without reservation, with humility and gratitude. This wedding is also a celebration of family life. It is the blessing of two families, separate up to this moment but united from this day forward, blending their different traditions and strengthening the family tree. To honour this uniting of families, Daniel and Kasey wish to ask for their parents' blessings. So I would like to ask Linda, do you offer this couple your goodwill? Do you welcome Daniel as a member of your family and give him your love and affection? Diane, do you offer this couple your goodwill? Do you welcome Kasey as a member of your family and give her your love and affection? Thank you. In ancient tradition, the ceremony we call marriage is known as hand fasting. This ancient ritual acknowledges free will, and when a couple hand fasts, they are choosing a partner who shares their freely chosen goals, both physical and spiritual. If you will please pass your flowers to your bridesmaid. And if you would turn and face one another holding hands. I would now like to invite Jessica and Samantha forward to perform the hand fasting ceremony. Make a good knot, won't you? Good knot.
With silken ribbon close entwines, two hearts in love together. Friendship's dearest pledge is made in joy forever. United you shall walk through life, sharing earth's pain and pleasure. Hand in hand you shall strive for achievement in life together. Should the path be rough and thorny, let love sustain and guide you. Should the way be strewn with roses, let the joy of life embrace you. Remove the knot and place the knot in the pouch. Keep this knot as a token of your union. Placed within the pouch, it will remain tied forever.
The most important and serious part of the ceremony is the moment which the rest of us here present are privileged to witness, when Daniel and Kasey will exchange vows, making a verbal commitment to one another. Before you are joined in marriage, in my presence and the presence of these witnesses, I am required to remind you of the solemn and binding nature of the relationship you're about to enter. Marriage, according to law in Australia, is the union of a man and a woman voluntarily entered into for life to the exclusion of all others. And so I would like to ask Daniel, do you take Kasey Lee Armstrong to be your lawfully wedded wife, to share your life with her, and do you pledge that you will love, honour and care for her with tenderness and affection through all the varying experiences of your lives? Kasey, do you take Daniel John White to be your lawfully wedded husband, to share your life with him, and do you pledge that you will love, honour and care for him with tenderness and affection through all the varying experiences of your lives? Daniel and Kasey will now say their own special vows to each other.
I call upon the persons here present to witness that I, Daniel, take you, Kasey, to be my lawful wedded wife, my one true love, to have and to hold, to do as I'm told. No, I'm joking. To honour you, to treasure you, to be at your side in sorrow and joy, in the good times and in bad, and to love and respect and to be faithful to you always. You are the one with whom I want to spend the rest of my life with. To create together, learn together, and to share and live our dreams together. I love you.
I call upon the persons here present to witness that I, Kasey, take you, Daniel, to be my lawful husband, my one true love, to have and to hold, to honour you, to treasure you, to be by your side in sorrow and in joy, in good times and in the bad, and to love, respect, and be faithful to you always. You are the one who I want to spend my life with, the rest of my life with, sorry. To create together, to learn together, and to share and live our dreams together.
The custom of giving and receiving a ring reminds us all that love itself is an act of giving and receiving. It represents a belief and a trust in togetherness and a commitment signifying to all the bond of marriage the two of you will share. Would you please present Kasey's ring to Daniel? And if you please place the ring on Kasey's ring finger and say these words.
Kasey, with this ring, I give you my promise that from this day forward, you shall never walk alone. My heart will be your shelter. My arms will be your home. With this ring, I give you my heart until the end of time. With my honour, my love, and my trust.
And now if you present Daniel's ring to Kasey. And if you please place the ring on Daniel's ring finger and say these words.
Daniel, with this ring, I give you my promise that from this day forward, you shall never walk alone. My heart will be your shelter. My arms will be your home. With this ring, I give you my heart till the end of time. with my honour, my love, and my trust.
The circle of the ring is a symbol of the sun and the earth and the universe. It is a symbol of perfection and of that which has no beginning and no end. At this time, Daniel and Kasey have chosen to be a symbol of unity, a symbol of their love, which is never ending. I'll now... I would now like to invite Arden, Kasey's niece, to read a special piece from the Corinthians.
Love is always patient and kind, it's never jealous. Love is never boastful or conceited. It is never rude or selfish. It does not take offence and it is not resentful. Love takes no pleasure in other people's faults but delights in the truth. It is always ready to excuse, to trust and to hope. It is always ready to endure whatever comes. True love does not come to an end.
Daniel and Kasey. The marriage ceremony is a very personal and private moment, the most precious and beautiful of all human gifts, the love that you have in your hearts for one another. Those of us who have gathered here today feel ourselves to be very privileged to be able to share with you these few moments. And we represent, I'm sure, a great circle of loved ones and friends when we say that our good wishes go with you always. On behalf of everyone here today, I wish you lives full of the greatest joy and happiness. And it's now with a great deal of pleasure that I pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss your bride. And now I'd like to escort your wife very carefully down the stairs, please. Thank you.
Carry out.
Have I told you lately that I love you? Have I told you there's no one else above you? You fill my heart with gladness, take away all my sadness, ease my troubles, that's what you do. For the morning sun in all its glory greets the day with hope and comfort too. You fill my life with laughter, somehow you make it better. Ease my troubles, that's what you do. There's a love that's divine, and it's yours and it's mine, like the sun. Ease my troubles, that's there's a love that's divine, and it's yours and it's mine. There's no one else but you.
Family and friends, on your behalf I would like to wish the bride and groom every happiness for the future. May I now present you for the first time as husband and wife, Mr. and Mrs. White.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break.
during that time, he's made it perfectly clear to me the love, respect and admiration he has for his sister Kasey. So to speak on behalf of the Armstrong family, could you please welcome Jamie Armstrong.
Thanks very much, Blue. Before we, it's been a great day today, and before we go any further, I've got to acknowledge just how fantastic Kasey you look today. Stand up. Woo! Stand up. It's a lot of hard work and sacrifice to like to look like that. You look fantastic, darling. All the bridesmaids, fantastic. You all look really well, girls. Yeah, the groom's. Good on you. Look, I'm honoured to be standing here today representing my father. Sorry. I know he'll be up there watching down today, beaming with pride and joy. That would be so proud of you, Case. I also believe he would have strongly approved of your choice in marrying Daniel, as he's a good man. Kasey is a fantastic mother to my beautiful niece Aaliyah. She's also a wonderful sister, daughter and a friend to all who come in contact with her. Kasey to me is someone who is selfless and giving and only ever thinks about other people. She quite simply is the nicest soul I've ever met. I'm truly proud to call you my sister, Case. Daniel, it's been a pleasure getting to know you and your family over the last couple of years, and I look forward to what the future brings both of you. I want to wish you both a long and happy marriage. Can everyone please raise your glasses and toast to the bride and groom? Cheers. Kasey and Daniel. And I've also just got my son's come up and asked if he could say a few words. This is off the cuff. He's a lot better speaker than me and a lot better dancer. So I've got no idea he's winging it, but you know what? In you come, Foxy boy.
I just want to say a big thank you for everything you have done for the kids and the aunties and everything. And you're the best auntie. No offense, other aunties. And Daniel, you're so lucky to have this lovely wife. And I just want to say
Gee, that's hard to follow, Fox. You've done it to me again, mate. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll just be a bit self-indulgent here. I started out a good friend of Jamie's 11 years ago, and through that time, Jamie's not out on that. Now, only a good mate of mine. Our families are very close, so I'm really honoured to be here today speaking on behalf of all the family. And my 7-year-old's best mate is Fox just there, and there's not much in life makes me happier than seeing them two together. Well done, buddy. Great work, mate. Okay, as I just mentioned, for the last 11 years, I became great friends with all of Jamie's family. And over the last few years, I'm happy to now call Daniel a good mate of mine. And over a 12-night South Pacific cruise, I bonded with Daniel's family. That brings us next to our next speaker. He's now a good mate of mine, and if by the end of the night, he'll be a good mate of yours too, if you haven't already. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Michael White.
Now, like you said, that's a pretty hard act to follow, Fox, but I'll do my best. I came into this family about 14 to 15 years ago, and like any new family, took a little bit of time to settle in, and as you can imagine, myself and Danny, we had a couple of disagreements along the way, and there was one that stands out to me, and a few people in this room are well aware of the situation, others haven't heard it before, but I'm telling you, it was quite frightening. We had a difference. Anyway, Danny's charging the gate, and he was going to kill me if he caught me. And I'm telling you what, I've never been so scared, but I've sidestepped him. Even though I played soccer, I've been watching a little bit of football, and I've ducked him, I've weaved, I've got out the gate, and I've flagged in the first car. I said, the bloke's going to kill me. He's going to kill me. Anyway, here we are 10, 12 years later, and he said, mate, would you come and speak on my behalf? No problems. I seriously stand here now, I was petrified. But we've patched up our ways, and I take it as a great honour for Danny to actually ask me to speak on his behalf, because I didn't expect it. And I was happy to say a few words. And what I was going to lead on to, I'm not one that writes things down and I follow notes. I'm just off the cuff sort of bloke. But I remember Daniel, and Daniel had known Kasey through their social circle called the Crew. Is that correct? From the Biron. Everyone who's aware of the Crew knows the Crew. And at the time, I think when they first were in the Crew, they had different partners. And anyway, that they went their separate ways. And you know, Danny and Kasey started becoming friends. And he came home one night. And he said to myself and his mother, he said, "I've asked Kasey out. I've asked Kasey out for a date." Anyway, I remember Danny said that Kasey told him there'll be no shenanigans. Anyway, so Danny's, they've driven into Leichhardt, and Danny tells a story like this. They hired the Queen Mary to Darling Harbour, and I'm sure it was just a local ferry. Anyway, he's taken it to Chinnaria. They've had a beautiful night. He's come home and he couldn't stop talking about this girl. Oh, she's beautiful, she's wonderful. You know, and I could hear in the background the music from Greece, you know. Tell me more, tell me. Anyway, so he spoke about this girl so highly, and anyway, obviously since that time they formed a fantastic relationship. They've got married, and we met Kasey for the first time a few weeks later, and she was as beautiful as Danny had said on that day. And we were also fortunate enough to meet the rest of Kasey's extended family, can I call it that way, but the whole family on the cruise. There was 40 of us in the cruise, and we got to meet everybody. It was an absolute fantastic time. But look, I just wish that all the happiness in the world for both myself and your mother, Daniel, you know, and Kasey. You're just a wonderful soul, and we're just so happy that you're part of our family now as well. And have a wonderful night, and thanks for letting me speak.
That was always an happen. Well done, Mick. Ladies and gentlemen, look, do yourself a favour. If you haven't met Mick, grab yourself a beer, go and say hello, you won't regret it, I promise you that. Look, when I introduced the bridal party at the start of the night, I said one of the greatest honours that could be bestowed upon a person is to be asked to be a best man and obviously a matron of honour. But there'd probably be only one thing better than standing next to your best mate, and that's if that best mate's your brother. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Louis Brannigan.
There you go. Well, I'm not much of a big speaker, but I like to acknowledge that the bride and the bridesmaids look beautiful today. And know that everyone's here on a perfect day for their marriage. I'm so happy that it's finally happened. Didn't think it was going to happen with you. Well, I'd like to start with one time with Danny, if you don't know him. One night he rang me when I was at Mum's, and he was pretty pissed. Can I say that? Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, a bit late now. Well, he's rang me and said, can I pick him up from my old place? Well, I had plenty of old places. He hung up and I tried to ring him, couldn't get into contact with him, so all of a sudden I've gone to all these places, he wasn't there, so I've decided to come home. And I was going through this laneway, and here's Danny's directing traffic with everyone that night. And I was bipping the horn because there was a couple of cars in front of me. Finally the cars moved up and I've stopped and he's tried to get me going. And I wound down the window, get in the car. He finally got in the car and I go, what are you doing? He goes, please just get me home. Yeah, so, and another night was, how long ago was it, Kasey? Our funny night. Oh, it was a wedding when I had to go drop him up to Castle Hill, and then I've just come home and they've asked me to come pick him up because Danny was a bit crook. When I've picked him up, Danny's jumped in the back seat and went to sleep, and Kasey the whole time just would not stop talking. I couldn't get a word in, and the classic saying was, what was it? How do you feel that I'm your sister-in-law? Well, too bad, you got no choice. Yes. Well, anyway, like I said, I'm not a big speaker. I just hope everyone had a good night tonight anyway. Thank you.
Nice work, Lee. Great words, mate. Okay, our next speaker needs no introduction. It's the man of the moment. It's a man who has every right to be the happiest and proudest man in the world right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce the groom, Mr. Daniel White.
Oh, here we are. How
good for my bride look? Come on. Bridesmaids, fantastic. You all look great. I'd just like to thank everybody for coming tonight. It's going to be a good night. It's been a good day, good night. There's so many, family and friends and relatives here, and there's a lot of love here. Kasey's family, my family, we're all coming together as one, and I'm really happy with that. And I met Kasey years ago, and when we met, there was something there, and we knew there was something there, didn't we? There was, it was instant. It was instant. But I knew she was the one for me, and it's worked out. And I'm so happy to be here and be your husband today, Kasey. And I love you. Thank you. I'm not a good speaker either, as you can see. Bluey, thanks for the MCing tonight. Cameramans, the function centre, everybody who's, Kasey's mum's, massive effort. There's so many people. There's so many people. If I forget you, I'm sorry, but there's so many people here tonight that have put effort in to our wedding to make our special day. And I'm so glad that everyone's here to enjoy it and have a good night. And make sure everyone really has a good night tonight and enjoys our special day. Thank you very much. Good luck. Sorry, I shouldn't have ended on this note, but there's, obviously there's two people missing tonight that should be here. Is Kasey's father and my grandmother, and they're 100% looking down on us, proud as, here for our night and our special day, and proud and it's just been hard, and yeah, thanks. Everyone have a good night, please. Thank you.
Great words there, Daniel. Great words, mate. I'm glad Daniel acknowledged Nada and Tony. But there'd be nothing that'd galvanise them both together if they are here right now, looking down at their family and friends, having the time of their life on the greatest day for Daniel and Kasey. So well done, guys. Congratulations. Okay, Daniel and Kasey, the duties aren't job there. Could you please come forward? The cutting of the cake. Grab your bride, a very special first dance. Let's enjoy the bridal waltz.